usually we have to slow people down on hikes. And throughout third or fourth day, they don't want to go anywhere. I mean, they go 5 steps and they see all this stuff and it's like, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? And you can't get anywhere, which is fabulous. You know, and we've had so many experiences where we just stopped to tie a shoelace or stopped to get a drink of water, then you're starting to look around and you go, oh, oh, I can't believe that's here. And there's that bird singing, and then there's this, and then there's that. We always laugh about one wildflower trip we led, I don't know how many years ago. It took us an hour and a half basically to get out of the parking lot because there were wildflowers all right on the edge of the parking lot. And there were a number of people that were kind of disgruntled with this. Most of the people were thrilled. It was like, because it was flowers. Who cares if it's a mile down in the woods? But there were people who wanted to hike and get to those flowers. And we always kind of laugh because I describe our trips as not aerobic, but anaerobic. First of all, have people see this stuff that they just, and I do this all the time. We've been stepping on something for 30 years, and then you finally look and go, "Oh my God, is that really? That's what that is?" Or somebody's been sitting in a tree, you know, whatever. So just awareness, and then appreciation, hopefully leading to reverence, and a deep reverence, and love ultimately, and then a deep commitment to conservation. So it's a 2-part journey. The first is the outward ecological literacy that's required, the science. You got to know your science if you want to be a good conservationist, if you want to be a good steward. But then you also have to have the inward transformation. You have to have the inward heart space that says, I really love this and I care enough. So you try to strike this balance between heart and mind and hands and how all that interacts. And that's what I'm trying to do is, and with Mary, we're trying to open up people's minds and hearts in whatever way they want to go. We don't have any absolute truth. We're just trying to bring a greater richness to one's experience. And then everyone will manifest that in their own way. And hopefully in a deeper conservation aspect. And there isn't one way to do that by any stretch of the imagination. So we don't proselytize to anybody about having any truth. Our thing, I think, is to build deep awareness, deep appreciation, love, reverence, and then let that spill out of every individual in whatever way it's going to happen. And hopefully then that big soup kettle of all of us working in our own unique ways makes it all work better than it has historically. You know, that kind of stuff is, I'm just finding really joyful to engage in, to just be thrilled by every form of life. And so when I was taking people out for all these hikes as a summer naturalist for the Northern Highlands, at the end of the hike, folks would say to me, "That was great. Gosh, I learned so much. Well, I don't have any idea how I'm going to remember it." Because, you know, we all have a little threshold. I can learn 3 new things in one day and then I kind of implode, you know. I said, don't teach me too much because it's overwhelming. So I had a number of people say, why don't you write this stuff down? I would love to. I need to have time to study it because I'm not going to remember it in a 2-hour hike. It's just too much of a good thing is a bad thing. So their encouragement pushed me into saying, okay, well, let's write a book about the 100 most common plants that you're likely to see on a hike in the North Woods. And then give some of the personality, because who cares that it's a white pine versus a red pine versus a jack pine? I mean, so what? And it's a legitimate question. So what? Well, there's a whole lot of important and interesting things about why the personality of each plant. What does it do, and why does it do what it does, and how does it interact with other things? And so the intent of the book was to kind of give this story for each of those species. Yeah, we're studying mushrooms right now. We're having a blast trying to learn. so many mushrooms, and it's complicated. And we have a list of things we need to learn. We don't know our ferns very well. We don't know lichens hardly at all. We don't know a lot of the terrestrial insects. A lot of the smaller stuff. That's the stuff you get to at the end. Everybody learns the big stuff as we did. But what's really cool when we lead trips, and we've had this experience on a number of trips where we do 3 or 4 days, is you get past the big stuff. And now it's time to, now there's all this little stuff out there. And people are starting looking at the mosses and they're going, oh, what's that about? And it's an amazing world. That small stuff is, it's every bit as astonishing as an eagle or a black bear or whatever the charismatic megafauna thing is out there that everybody gets so wowed about, as we have it as well. But it's a matter of opening up that very small thing and showing people why this is amazing. And I think that's maybe our work at this point, is to start doing more of that.